Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips brought to you by Adobe Photoshop Elements Tutorials Group, and let's jump right into this one. This poster asked how we can make something similar to this, and basically we got a background of some sort of continuous paper. In the foreground, we have like a photo or a painting that has been kind of ripped along the edges, and there's some shadows and stuff like that underneath. So all of this is really pretty cool. I'm going to do something a little bit different, but the same feeling, okay? So what we're going to do in this case, instead of this front picture, we're going to take our own picture, this one right here, but we're going to add our own folds, kind of like similar to our original here. As a matter of fact, I took a piece of paper, a white piece of paper, and I ripped it into almost the same amount of rips that this paper has. Mine actually came out like this. Boom. And as you can see, the rips are very close to the original that the poster asked for. And the first thing I want to do is get rid of the scanned parts that I don't want. So I'm going to zoom in here and grab the magic tool, and let's go ahead and try something like 50%. Click it there and hit delete. And you can see that what it deleted was some of the blue. I'm going to grab this little piece over here, delete that. Grab this one here, delete that. Scroll down, grab that and this one. All right, so now what we're left is with just a folded piece of paper. Let's do one more thing now, and we're going to go ahead and continue using the polygon tool, and let's cut out carefully the parts that are inside the folds, because we don't want those, and that's going to leave us with nothing but the folds. So I'm going to go like this, and we can recreate the shadows, so we can do that part later. So what I'm doing basically is just grabbing the hard lines of the inside. Boom. Okay, so when we're done grabbing everything that we want to get rid of, pull out and hit the delete button, and it's gone. What's left over is just the folds of the paper. Let's bring our photo back behind it, and now we have the folds that we want to keep, and we can cut everything else out that's not part of it. So now we grab the actual photo and cut inside and hit delete, and there we go. We got the edge of our new photo with the cutouts. Do the same thing over here. Boom. Same thing over here. Now this one was supposed to be a rip, and I by mistake took too much, but it's okay because we could just recreate it like this. Boom. See that? It looks like a rip from the backside. And what stays? Come down to the bottom here. That one's good. Get rid of this one. Zoom out a little bit and hit delete, and there we go. Now we got our picture that looks like it's been kind of ripped up a little bit, and it looks pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Let's go ahead and add some drop shadows to that and put a new layer in between the paper, our new paper, and the original image. So I'm going to hit layer, and it puts it right in between these two. This layer is going to be the drop shadow layer. Let's go ahead and grab a black color and a brush, but let's go about 30 point. And I'm just going to boom. As we get to the edge here, it should be darker, and then it gets closer to the bottom edge. It gets smaller. So up here it should be bigger, and then it gets smaller. Once we got all these done, we're going to take our polygon tool and get rid of the drop shadows on the outside. because we don't want those. Watch what happens. I hit delete, and it leaves the drop shadow just on the inside. And hit delete, get rid of that. So see, the drop shadow still stays on the inside here. Hit delete, and it's all gone. Now we have to make it more realistic. So we're going to take this shadow that we just created. This is this one. See, you can't tell until you start toggling it back and forth, and all of a sudden you go, oh my god, it really looks real. Okay, so take the opacity. We can bring it down, bring it up slowly. I like to overdo it just a little bit, so I'm going to put it at 75% because I like round numbers. All right, and that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Oh, wait a second. We need a background. Oh, geez. You know what? We forgot this background. Well, in this case, the original photo of the poster had this kind of like flowery dotted background. Well, guess what? In our case, we're going to do something a little bit funner, okay? What could we possibly use with the Rosie Riveter and a garage poster? Hey, how about this last layer that I forgot to turn on? Let's turn it on and see what it is. That's our background. So we created this background by taking a picture of our garage, cut out because we want the photo to fit a little bit in front of this wires and in front of these screwdrivers. So we previously cut out just the wires and the screwdrivers. So now when we place the photo there, boom, here we go. We have our nice photo, but wait a second, it's missing something. The paper rips and the drop shadow. And there we go. We have the photo that's on top of the pegboard, but the screwdrivers are showing up front because we pre-made these screwdrivers, and so are the wires up here because we pre-made these wires or copied them. And now we got the photo with its own little drop shadow. We probably should have a little bit of shadow behind the actual photo. So I'm going to make a layer in between, do this one really quick, and take our black pen again, make it a nice big one. Let's go 75%. This is going to be a really subtle drop shadow that we almost can't see, just to give that photo a little more dimension. Okay, there we go. Now we can take that layer. I can toggle it on and off and see the difference. It really makes the photo stand out. But because I drew it in at 100%, it's probably too much. So I'm going to bring that up and down. I don't want to overdo it, but I'd say right around there. Let's go 75%. I like that. All right, so this is it for this tutorial. This is Rich calling it quits, saying over and out.